Hello everyone, my name is Asela Vijayaratne and today I'm going to talk about pipes and filters. In the previous lesson we learned about creating directory hierarchy, displaying content of a directory, and creating and deleting files and directories. In this part of the lecture we will learn a few key commands that you can use to process files, how to redirect output from a command to a file, and combine two or more commands together to make a pipeline. Let me briefly tell you the commands that we are going to learn and then we will go to the terminal to play with them. The first command is WC and it will count the number of lines, words and characters in a file or files. The next is sort and it will sort the content of a file alphanumerically. The third command is cat and it will print the content of a file one after another. Then if you just want to check the first few lines of a file without opening the file, you can use head command. This is going to be really useful for large files. For all the things that we did so far, the output will be printed to the screen. Suppose if you want to send the output to a different file. For that you can use the greater than sign. For example, if you have head-1, that will give you the first line of a file and you can send the output to the second file using the greater than sign. Okay, the last thing that I'm going to show you is how we are going to create a pipeline by putting a few commands together. But before we go there, I want to point out something. We can use star to represent any file name, directory name, or part of a file name or directory name. This is called wildcard. Okay, to make a pipeline, we can use pipe sign. This command, we have wc-l flag to count the number of lines in a file. And if we use the wildcard, it will count all the files in that directory. But if you use .pdb, then it will count the files with .pdb extension, and then we can pipe the output to the second command using the pipe sign. In this case, it's sort, and here we have -n flag to sort the content numerically, and then the output can be piped into this command. Here it's head, and this will give the first line of this output. Okay, let's go to the terminal and try some of these out. Let me first cd into molecule directory and let's do ls to find what's in this directory. Okay, we have several files with .pdb extension indicating these are protein data bank format files. We don't really need to know what they are right now, but let's quickly check how many lines are in each file. We can do wc-l star.pdb and this will give us the number of lines in each file. Okay, that's really great, but let's see if we can send the output to a different file. I am going to use the up arrow key to call the previous function, and let's do greater than sign and let's send the output to a file called len. You don't really need to have this file on your computer. This function will create that file for you. Let's press enter. Nothing seems to have happened, but let's ls to see if it has created the file. Yes, we have the length file here. Let's quickly take a look what's in there. We can do cat, and the two outputs are the same. Okay, let's see if we can combine a few functions. We will take our first function, wc-l star.pdb, and we will send the output to sort, and here we have sort-n to sort the output numerical order, and then we'll send the output to head, and we'll get the head, we'll get the first 5 lines of the output. Okay, here we have that. Just to summarize what we have learned so far, we learned about cat that will print the content of a file. Then we learned about WC, which counts the number of lines, words, and characters in a file. Then sort will sort the content of a file in alphanumerically. Then we learned about the wildcard, which can be used to represent names, and we learned about pipe that can be used to connect a different function to make. Using greater than sign, we can write the output to a different file.